Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show, coming at you every day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, at least until Christmas Day of 2025, because this is the Christmas Spectacular. Okay, in a Dutch oven, we have the beginnings of what's known as Meat Lovers Lasagna. As you can see here in my great big green pot, I have 1 pound of Italian sausage that I'm going to cook up. And once it starts looking a little something like this, it's time to drain. Okay, now that we have the meat out of there, we have our wonderful fond that we have to get up. And I like doing this with a nice red wine. You don't have to use wine, and it doesn't have to be red, obviously. You can use chicken stock, beef stock, or just water, but I think the wine gives it a real good flavor. So a little bit of red wine, give it a chance to get all those bits and pieces up, and then we'll be ready with the next step. This usually takes about a minute, 90 seconds or so. And once the wine has done its thing, it's time to add 2 28-ounce cans of tomato sauce. Give that a quick little stir. Okay, I added about 1.5 tablespoons of butter just to make the sauce a little silkier. And now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of basil, then about 1 teaspoon of white pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon of fennel. If you're really sensitive to that licorice flavor, you can leave the fennel out, but I think it does adds a great bit of flavor to it. Then about 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Don't worry, this will not make it spicy. It's just there to kind of wake the sauce up. And then you want to give this a good stir around and then simmer it for about 20 minutes or more, but at least 20 minutes. All right, one last thing to do. About 5 minutes in of this thing simmering, add the sausage back to the sauce, stir, and like I said, just simmer until you're ready to make your lasagna. Again, at least 20 minutes, but can be more. Okie dokie, we got the oven preheated at 400 degrees. Let's start making our lasagna. To the bottom of this pan, I'm going to add a nice little layer of sauce. Also, cook your lasagna noodles in boiling salted water, but make sure to take at least 1 minute off of the minimum cooking time on the package. It is lasagna, so you could almost take 2 minutes off, because remember, this is going to bake in the 400 degree oven for a while. And then we're going to add our first layer of noodles. It'll take about 3. Add some of our sauce. And then we're going to add a layer of mozzarella cheese. And using kind of a makeshift piping bag, we're going to add some ricotta. Make that into a nice little layer. Then we're going to add another layer of noodles. Don't worry, this will kind of even out a lot more when you put it in the oven and bake it. Don't worry too much about getting everything fucking hunky-dory and even-steven. Then we're going to add yet another layer of sauce. Followed by another little layer of ricotta cheese. Kind of spread that out. And then you want to add some cheese. More and more mozzarella. And then we're going to lay down another thing of noodles. Then I'm going to slam down some triangles of Canadian bacon. Followed by some more ricotta cheese. Then some mozzarella cheese, if you please. I believe this is the last layer of noodles. The return of our Italian sausage pasta sauce. Got a good little layer on there. Last little bit of ricotta to spread around. Again, don't worry too much if it's not in this perfect layer. Again, it's going to melt like crazy. Okay, I lied. We have a few more noodles to go. Yeah, I like a lot of layers in my lasagna. That's just me. If you don't want this many layers, obviously, you know, you could probably take a few of the noodles away. And we like keeping things saucy here. So more sauce. Now I added another layer of noodles and sauce to the top of this. I think it's just because I just wanted to use up all the lasagna noodles I cooked. But again, I like my lasagna like this. And then we're going to add a nice little layer of pepperonis. And then you want a good coating of mozzarella cheese. And then pop this into the oven until everything's ooey-gooey and wonderful. Mine took about 45 minutes. So about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, adjust cooking times for your local location. And again, also feel free to play with the layers on this too. So I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. All right. 45 minutes later, and now you should be looking at something that looks a little bit like that. And that is Meat Lovers Lasagna. Perfect for your Christmas Eve dinner. And don't forget to have it with a cold one. All right, so that's Meat Lovers Lasagna. Done.